Hello again. Now we are moving to the stages of a multimedia project. There are 4 stages under a multimedia development project, which involves cost planning and costing, design and production, testing, and delivery. These 4 stages are crucial to a multimedia project, as each of the stages play an important part towards the completion of a multimedia project. Planning and costing. The needs of a project are analyzed by outlining its messages and objectives. The initial setup of a multimedia project normally begins with a plan. Who the target audience are, what will be the content, and what will be the message, as well as the objectives or the outline of the intended multimedia project. A plan that outlines required multimedia expertise is prepared by the people or the team which are involved in the development of the multimedia project. A graphic template, the structure and navigational systems are then developed. A time estimate and a budget are prepared. These are crucial towards the completion of the multimedia project, whereby if the budgets are more than the actual cost, then the development as well as the completion of the multimedia project might face a challenge or a stumbling block. After that, a short prototype or proof of concept is prepared. Prototype development. This is also known as a proof of concept or feasibility study. It involves the testing of the initial implementation of ideas, building mock-up interfaces, and exercising the hardware platform. Trial calculations are also possible after prototyping. A written report and an analysis of budgets allow the client some flexibility and also provide a reality check for developers, whether they are going to face more challenges or obstacles along the way, or they're going to have a smooth sailing towards the end of the project. In terms of the prototype development, it's also crucial that the development teams or the developers build up mock-up interfaces as well as the prototype that will have the feel or the look of the end product. This certainly will help the multimedia development team as well as their client to envisage or to visualize the multimedia end product. Under the prototype development, it involves the alpha development as well as the beta development. In the alpha development stage, the investment of effort increases and becomes more focused as more people will be roped in towards the development in terms of the planning and the costing as well, including the prototype development itself. Under the beta development, at this stage, most of the features of the project are functional, and the focus is on testing, which is done by a wider arena of testers. The second stage of a multimedia project involves design and production. The planned tasks are performed to create a finished product. So the product is then revised based on the continuous feedback received from the client. Basically, there are 4 fundamental organizing features. The first one is linear, secondly is hierarchical, the third one is non-linear, and the fourth one is composite. Let's take a look at the 4 organizing features. So when we talk about linear, basically it provides the users the sequential navigation from one frame of information to another within the multimedia product or the multimedia application or the multimedia title for that matter. The second organizing feature is hierarchical. Users are allowed to navigate along the branches of a tree structure that is shaped by the natural logic of the content, depending on the flow. It is also called linear, but with branching. The third organizing feature is non-linear. Users are given a free flow or free navigation through the content, unbounded by predetermined routes. And the fourth one is composite. The composite organizing feature in a multimedia project actually allows the users to navigate non-linearly or in a non-linear fashion, but are occasionally constrained to the kind of linear presentations which are available or which decide or which the information is being structured in the multimedia project. The third part of the third stage rather of a multimedia project involves testing. So the program or the multimedia program or multimedia product or application, depending on the focus of the development team, so is tested to ensure that it meets the objectives of the project and it works on the proposed delivery platforms and meets the client requirements. So testing is very important and very crucial in a multimedia project. This is to ensure that it is bug-free, meaning that the multimedia product is bug-free, is accurate, and operationally and visually on target, meaning that whatever that is supposed to be, whatever content that is supposed to be in the multimedia application should be included. And the way the product allows the user to navigate should also be on target. And you have to ensure that the client's requirements have been met based on the testing that you conducted. The reputation of the developer or company is not damaged by a premature or erroneous release. This is to ensure that there would not be a failure after the release of the multimedia product. And testing also ensures that cross-platform issues are addressed before the product is being released into the market. There are basically three types of testing. The first one is alpha test. So an alpha release is the first working draft of a project. This is only meant for internal calculation, okay, and is usually done in-house by the team members themselves. Alpha releases are expected to have problems or to be rather incomplete, as this is only a working product. The second type of testing is beta testing. This is done with a wider array of testers, and beta testers should be representative of real users. So when it involves beta testing, normally the development team will involve the target audience, the representatives of the target audience who are going to be using that multimedia product. These testers should be people who were not involved with the actual production. Beta level bugs are typically less virulent than alpha bugs, and managing beta test feedback is very crucial and very critical for the to ensure that the product or the multimedia product is error-free, bug-free, and foolproof. And the third one is final release. The terms such as bronze or release candidate are used to identify products that are near completion. And towards the end, when the product has finally fulfilled all the checklists required, the final release version is usually called the gold master. And we come to the last stage of the multimedia project, whereby the final project is packaged and delivered to the end user. So delivery is the last and final stage of a multimedia project. Congratulations, you have just completed the first part of Chapter 7 on multimedia development.